Do you ever feel like people don't truly see your worth? In today's video, we delve into the world of Stoicism to uncover the 5 reasons why people often undervalue you. 1. You don't talk much. Silence can be mistaken in a world where individuals are more and more obliged to voice their ideas without reservation, and where noise is becoming the norm. People may perceive quiet as a lack of skill or contribution if you are someone who says less or doesn't jump at the chance to speak up in every scenario. However, quiet is frequently a sign of wisdom rather than weakness, as Stoicism teaches. Being silent can help you collect your thoughts, think things through, and react on purpose rather than on instinct. Though Stoicism teaches us the value of measured speaking, it also reflects society's preference for individuals who dominate talks, which is why being silent is undervalued. For a Stoic, the quality of one's words matters more than their quantity. Even if others are unable to perceive it, you are traveling down a sensible path if you are someone who listens intently and picks their words carefully. It's critical to remind yourself that your contributions are still valuable, even if you don't express them as much. Knowing when to talk and when to keep quiet is a sign of true wisdom. Therefore, silence can serve as a potent reminder of the Stoic idea of apatheia, or emotional peace and absence of disturbance. When people underestimate you because you don't speak up as often, avoid the need to alter who you are in order to meet their demands. Rather, remain rooted in the knowledge that comes from your quiet. The greatest clarity is frequently found in the silence. The important people will eventually learn to value the significance of your words and the discernment of your silence. You shouldn't let the opinions of those who don't affect your feeling of value. The Stoic path is to stick to your principles, no matter what other people think of you. 2. It appears that you lack experience. One of the most annoying kind of undervaluation is when others assume things about you just because of how you look. People may think you lack the experience needed to make a meaningful contribution because you are inexperienced or young in a given sector. The Stoic path teaches us that impulsive decisions based on outward appearances are frequently ill-informed and superficial. The cosmos is ever-changing, and our lives are shaped by the ideas we have. Stoicism prioritizes character and inner wisdom over outward indicators like age or look. Whether or not it is apparent to others, your experience is internal, and its value is independent of how those around you see it. It's critical to understand that if people undervalue you because they think you lack experience, it's due of their constraints rather than yours. It is not your job to change the opinions of people who make snap decisions. Your job is to hone your abilities, fortify your inner resolve, and let your deeds speak for themselves. The ability to master what you can manage and let go of worries about what is beyond your control is the source of true wisdom, according to the Stoics. Although you have no influence over how other people see you, you do have power over how you react. Instead of letting others' presumptions frustrate or depress you, seize the chance to fortify your determination and demonstrate your value via persistent, worthwhile activity. Through practicing endurance and forbearance, you'll discover that the opinions of others do not determine your value. Experience is a product of intellect, contemplation, and lived wisdom. It cannot be quantified by age or appearance. It does not matter to your Stoic path whether or not others notice this right away. 3. You don't take pride in your ability. People are frequently required to flaunt their successes and strengths in a variety of contexts, particularly ones that are competitive. People may underestimate your ability if you don't promote yourself. However, humility is one of the greatest traits for a Stoic, and genuine strength doesn't need to be flaunted. The greatest gifts humanity has to offer are right here, within our grasp. A wise man does not want for what he does not have. Instead, he is satisfied with his lot, whatever it may be. According to Stoicism, our value comes from the inward fulfillment that comes from knowing we are leading moral lives, rather than from accolades or acknowledgement from others. A common reason for bragging is a need for validation, or the need to have one's value recognized by others. A Stoic, however, tries to separate themselves from this need for outside validation. Your worth is innate, and exists whether or not other people recognize it. There's no need to trumpet your triumphs if you are confident in your skills and abilities. Instead of bragging, true power and influence come from calm confidence. We are also reminded by Stoicism that glory, wealth, and admiration are transient. They are not under our control and are external. Our behavior, our reactions to events, and the way our inner selves are formed are all under our control. You are exhibiting the temperance, humility, and wisdom that are characteristics of the Stoics by refusing to boast. It's freeing to let go of the need for approval. It's liberating to concentrate on your own development and your contributions to the world when you stop worrying about whether other people recognize your skills. Because you don't show off your abilities, people may first underestimate you, but eventually, your quiet competence will speak louder than any words could. Recall that it is more preferable to be treated with respect and remain loyal to your beliefs than it is to receive transient recognition at the expense of your moral character. Those that truly matter will eventually come to understand your value, and those who don't were never really deserving of your attention anyhow. 4. Your upbringing isn't typical. In numerous contexts, both personal and professional, individuals are frequently assessed according to their background. Some may undervalue your skills or accomplishments if you don't match the mold, perhaps due to your upbringing, education, or cultural background. But Stoicism teaches that our value is derived from our character and the way we choose to spend our lives, not from our upbringing. All persons can achieve virtue, according to the Stoics, regardless of their social status. Look within yourself. If you do so, a source of strength will always reveal itself. Your value originates internally, not from the outside factors that shaped your upbringing or place of birth. Because you don't fit their preconceived notions or expectations, others could think less of you. Though Stoicism teaches us that we have no influence over what other people think of us, they can view your differences as weaknesses. It matters how we react to these conclusions. Stoicism urges us to value our uniqueness and concentrate on developing inner strength, rather than striving to fit into a mold or adapt to what other people think we should be. Here, it is especially crucial to adopt the Stoic principle of concentrating on what we can control. Although your past and place of origin are unchangeable, you can manage how you react to the difficulties they provide. By accepting your own experiences, you are adding viewpoints that others might not have to the world. Being different might feel lonely in a culture that values conformity over individuality. However, as a Stoic, your objective is to live a life of virtue, wisdom, and courage rather than to win the favor of others. Your upbringing has caused you to be undervalued, but this is not a reflection of your intrinsic value. Rather, it is a reflection of other people's narrow comprehension. The Stoics remind us that our way of life, rather than our origins, is what matters most. Everyone can travel the path to virtue and wisdom, regardless of background. You are displaying the strongest kind of strength by adhering to your values and following your own path. 5. Forming preconceived notions about individuals. Because they evaluate you according to popular, frequently erroneous notions, people frequently undervalue you. These conclusions are founded on preconceived notions about what success, intelligence, or value are, as well as prejudices and society standards. But Stoicism encourages us to rise above other people's opinions and concentrate on our deeds and character, which are what really count. What counts is how you respond to whatever happens to you. Other people's opinions are merely things that happen in the world we live in. Until we give them permission to influence our inner state, they really have no power over us. Stoicism urges us to put more emphasis on developing our own virtue and to ignore the views of others. Common misconceptions are frequently untrue. Wealth, celebrity, or outward success may be valued by society, but Stoicism teaches that these things are ephemeral and ultimately irrelevant. What counts are the values we uphold, the honesty with which we go about our everyday business, and the inner wisdom we develop. It doesn't matter if people think less of you because you don't share their opinions. Living a life that is consistent with your virtues and ideals is what matters. When people make assumptions about you based on cultural norms or accepted views, keep in mind that these assumptions are founded on ignorance. The Stoic reaction to these criticisms is to rise above them, rather than to go on the defensive or feel less than them. Being unlike your enemy is the best kind of retaliation. Go keep leading a moral and wise life, refusing to allow other people's opinions impact you. Either people will eventually realize how valuable you really are, or they won't. In either case, it shouldn't sabotage your inner harmony. The Stoic path reminds us that genuine worth originates internally. The opinions of other people don't accurately represent who you really are, especially when they're based on flimsy or widely held notions. Your assessment of yourself is the only one that matters in the end. In a society that frequently devalues us for causes beyond of our control, Stoicism provides a strong foundation for preserving inner fortitude and toughness. The principles of Stoicism remind us that our worth is not established by others, regardless of why people undervalue you. Whether it's because you don't brag, talk less, appear unskilled, come from an atypical background, or are assessed based on popular belief systems. The Stoic road teaches us to let go of worries about how other people see us and instead concentrate on our thoughts, actions, and responses, what we can control. By doing this, we liberate ourselves from the need for approval from others and develop a strong feeling of inner worth that is founded in virtue, wisdom, and purpose. The power we develop within ourselves is enduring, but the opinions of others pass away. Through the adoption of Stoic principles, we can overcome undervaluation and lead lives that are truly meaningful and valuable.